When it comes to this championship and defining its champion, it's straightforward.
The crowd's going to be here. Everyone's excited to hit some bombs.
And the energy and passion is undeniable.
When I've really connected on drive, hit that center face.
No better feeling in the world. I mean, that's what you work for.
That strength and power, and it just feels effortless.
It's electric. I just feel it flowing through my body.
I'm not really even thinking about anything. I'm just trusting myself, being confident.
You know it as soon as you hit it.
The perfect ball flight that you're looking for.
You know, the ball just kind of disappears in the sky.
Give a little yell, tell the ball to go a little further.
And you're just anxiously waiting to hear that big number.
The stage is set. The grid is clear.
It's a lot of fun to have the crowd behind you.
Golf's quiet. This is loud.
Really picks up the intensity.
It's fun, it's exciting.
I think the adrenaline rush is one of the best things about long drive.
It's time to meet the longest hitters in the world. Welcome to the World Long Drive Championship presented by Club Champion. As we welcome you to the Bobby Jones Golf Course, it's worth bringing up a line from the legend himself. The purpose of golf is to beat someone. Make sure that someone is not yourself. And today it's all about beating someone, advancing, hoping to become the 2023 World Long Drive Champion. 8 men left, 8 women have advanced, and it comes down to the biggest hitters in the world trying to pull off a feat that sounds simple, but is anything but. Hit it further than your opponent, do that, and the belt will be yours. Hey everybody, from Atlanta, I'm Shane Bacon. This is Art Sellinger, 2-time World Long Drive champion. And Art, so exciting. This is where the magic happens. This is where we're going to crown champions. And a very, very interesting grid here in Atlanta.
It's an awesome grid that they've built here at Bobby Jones. I love a high shot, of course, down that right side. That's kind of the speed slot. You've got a left or right wind, so definitely will be a carry contest today, Shane.
Yeah, going to see some big numbers, and we're going to see some big names in the field as well. As we take a look at the top 10 on the men's side, 6 of the top 8 in the world into the quarterfinals. So we're going to see some of those big names. And that first match, Art, is unbelievable. One you'd expect to see maybe in the championship.
Well, first off, I think it's open season. Any of the 8 can win right here because we are down the match play. It's 6-ball matches. They've hit 120 shots to get to this point, but now it's match play. You win, you stay, you lose, you go home. But this first match, fasten your seatbelts, folks. The 2 fastest in the business, I think, Justin James, Kyle Berkshire. I think who wins that match will make the finals. I don't know if they'll win it, but definitely that is the road to the finals on that side of the bracket.
Yeah, Art, you've talked to me a lot about all 8 of these competitors have a chance to win. You get to this point and you have an opportunity because of the format change.
Absolutely. In 6 balls, anything can happen. And when you pick to go first or second based on your seeding, that will also play a part in how you go about your match.
Yeah, we'll transition to the women, of course, looking at the top 10 on the women's side. And you see the name Phillis, Meti. If you followed Long Drive at all over the past few years, you know that name has been doing this for a very, very long time. We talked to her a bit earlier. She seemed very cool, very collected, and ready to get this going.
And a true international format is what the World Long Drive is. 4 nations represented today in Canada, the U.S., New Zealand, and Japan. Should be a stellar final as Phillis tries to grab her 5th title.
18 years ago, Phillis on the tee, taking home a title, trying to do it again. We'll be excited to watch. Well, and Art, we're going to get this going with an intense matchup. You mentioned Berkshire and Justin James.
They are definitely intense. Just watch Kyle, how he gets into it. I mean, he will be electrifying, but Justin will be quiet like that turtle head cover.
That first matchup, world number 1 versus world number 3. We, of course, have Colton. Casto, world number 7 against Zack. Holton looked great on the range.
He really did. He's hit 50% of his balls in play the last round as well. And then you look at the next match there, Owen Meeds from England. He can bring it. Sean Johnson, the tallest player in the field at 6'7". Let's see if he can use that height and that power.
Whippy Shaft, Bryce Verplank. You know that name, of course, if you're a golf fan. He's ranked 6th in the world.
He is. And James Tait there from St. Andrews, Scotland. We'll see what he can do.
I've definitely spent a lot of time trying to become one of the greats in this sport, and I definitely do care about that. You know, I've been through a lot in this career. Never thought it would take me to this place. To have my name start to be talked about the way Sean the Beast Pfister is, and even maybe somewhat like Zuback at some, not quite, but maybe somewhat getting there, like that would mean a lot to me. Because to me, I love money. I love the excitement of hitting the ball hard, but I just want to leave a legacy of greatness. That legacy is riddled with self-doubt. It's riddled with introspection and, you know, difficult times. And I dealt with that a lot, you know. And so to come up with a third belt this year would be a very big win for me. It would probably be, I don't want to say it'd be the biggest in my career, because I don't like putting that much emphasis on a tournament in that way. I know where my numbers are. I know where my speeds are. I know if I catch one in the center of the face and hit it the way I need to, I'm going to be there late.
Berkshire turns 27 years old in about a week and a half. This is the guy that hit a ball, Art, 579 yards 10 days ago. We know how intense the speed can be from Berkshire. Going to be so fun to see him go up against
He's
James.
trying to peak right here. He hasn't had the greatest tour season, so we'll see.
Starting up, it's your number 8 seed from Florida, Justin James. And he'll be going head-to-head with your number 1 seed from Maryland, Kyle Berkshire.
But he said it in that piece, trying to win a third belt and really distance himself from this current crop of players.
He's had a tough year with injuries as well. He didn't hit in the Port Rowan event in Canada. He rushed back for that one. Actually got hurt the tournament before when Justin's bagged 2 victories. Hasn't won a world title since 2017.
I'm going to tell you, it's a lovely day in Atlanta. 72 degrees. We've had a bit of wind, Art, and it seems to be coming over the left side of the players. Died down a bit as we get set to get the quarterfinals rocking and rolling. But we'll take you through the rules as we move into the quarterfinals and the semifinals. And Art, it's not just a rule change for these players, but it's a bit of strategy.
Yeah, it's total match play here. They got 1:15 for 3 shots. The ball must land and stay inbounds. It can't go out and come back in. And again, the club heads conform to USGA standards as well.
Art said it off the top. It's a shift, it feels like, from what you'd expect in stroke play at an everyday golf tournament to match play now. Beat the hitter you're up against and you advance. Justin James, world number 3, 33 years old, has won twice this season already. Long drive championship victory in 2017.
Excellent technique, coached by his father, 2-time senior champion Jerry James, who we saw on the range working with him again. A key miss for Justin is not to hit it left.
Here we go, Art. Art, for people that are just tuning into Long Drive for the first time this year, you think, all right, I'm going to go out there and just poke one in the grid. That is not the strategy for these hitters.
That is the last thing you want to do, but 393 out of the gate is great. An OB ball, as long as you hit it solid. Here's a nice shot again, turning left. Jerry was very critical of Justin not trying to turn it back into this wind. You will lose distance on this grid trying to hit a draw.
And Art, a bit of a speed slot down the right side of this grid. There's an area on the left side of this grid that actually can kick these balls out of bounds. So advantageous if you can hug the right side.
Unique technique here. His feet are quiet before he hits the golf ball. We're going to see, that looks more standard. He lost his balance a little bit there. We're going to see a lot of movement, especially with Kyle. Definitely won't be still. Where Justin gets his power, and you'll see it in this next golf swing, folks, is a huge slow turn. Just watch the lead shoulder, that's the front left shoulder, and watch how deep it gets into his right side. That was his first 3 shots. Now they're going to hit 3 changing, so Kyle will be up for ball number 1. I talked to Kyle on the range, and I said, are you taking second to hit because it's Justin? He goes, no, I always take second to hit because I need to know what I need to do, and if I hit my shot, I'll do it.
One of the most popular figures in Long Drive. You heard it in that piece. Knowing a belt this week is extreme separation. A lot of pressure on the shoulders of Kyle.
He really does carry the weight of everything right here. He wants to peak and win this third belt. It's huge. So you'll see the footwork action. He has a rocking motion. What it is kind of a head start. He'll bounce with that forward foot going, then back to the right, gives him that momentum, and then boom.
And Art, talking to a few of the hitters in these quarterfinals, I mean, they look at Kyle as really the barometer, someone that they take style from and technique and everything to help them get the ball out there
Absolutely.
as far as possible.
And again, he struggled this week. His first set, 5 for 30. He's kind of been in that 20% clip, 23% clip. He hasn't been the most accurate. And what makes this match play so tough is it's only 6 shots.
The average for men this season, 33% in the grid. Kyle's average this season, 29%. And that a big miss left. All 3 are going to be out of bounds for Kyle.
And what we're seeing right here, there's that move right here. And there, he's just flipping the hands over the top. Again, I would not want to be that right ankle right there. There's not enough tape for me there, Shane, to wrap it up. But now
there would be an ambulance out of here.
Yes, there would. But now it's a 3 golf ball contest right here. I mean, you got Justin at 393. Love to just get over 400. This ball's hit pretty well. Haven't seen any speed numbers yet, but I think he liked it. A little bit left.
2 swings left for Justin James, and all the pressure will be on Berkshire.
That's the miss he wants, though. He doesn't want to see that golf ball left. Again, down to his final shot. You're seeing the golf ball speed up top right there of 221. Give you an idea, Shane. You cover a lot of PGA Tour. Average speed there is 171. This is an F1 track versus the old NASCAR Truck Series.
It is truly the home run derby of golf. Swing hard, lean on your power and your strength. Justin, of course, carries all that to the grid. It is a solid, solid fella. That one hugging the left side. Got a little wind help there, Art.
You can see that hump right there. There's a lot of moguls. This is a fairway right here. If you're going to be on that left side, you have to go ahead and hit it more towards the center on that hash mark. So 93, this is it. He knows what he needs to do. And you kind of called it. You don't want to beat yourself. If Kyle hits it on the money, Kyle goes over 400 yards. So now it's Kyle versus Kyle. No more Kyle versus Justin. And this is what he wanted.
Said, I want to go second. I want to know what I got to catch. Right now, the number is 393. That one well left. So Kyle Berkshire, world #1, down to his final 2 swings.
That's 3 left misses right there, which is really not his shot. Again, he struggled with accuracy this week. He's found the big ball when he needs it, but again, you had all those other rounds. 2 shots left. It's a toe shot. That's why it's coming back. 227 on the ball. If that stays in, it should be plenty. Oh.
That is just a few yards out of bounds. And for Kyle Berkshire, 1 swing left.
But that shows him he had 17 yards to spare right there. And he told me he won all his rounds by about that number. So he's got the speed. Can he hit it down the fairway?
Oh, this has got a chance.
Oh, wow. What
this
a
has got a great
shot.
chance. Last swing for Berkshire.
Oh.
Did it stay in bounds? Oh, it might have stayed in by an inch. Look at that at 432.
That is amazing. What a clutch shot.
Last swing for world #1, and he is in the grid right now by an inch. Berkshire moves on.
That had to hug the line the whole way. What a clutch shot right there. That gives him so much momentum.
Art, there's a reason you're world #1. There's a reason you're a living legend in this sport. And look how pumped up he is.
And look at this golf swing right here. Great balance right here. Just boom at impact. Great extension. You know, the grid fans at its lowest point at 350, it's 53 yards wide. But where he hit it, it's 66 yards wide, and he needed every inch of that.
For Justin James, first ball in, and that was it. And for Berkshire, he was down to his final swing in the World Long Drive Championship. Got it out there at 432, and he will advance to the semifinals. Berkshire, woo, that was stressful, and he is down with Bobby Bradley.
a clash of titans, the two of the best in the business. You got down to the last ball. You had to hit one in play, 432 yards. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. Justin is not just a great friend. I respect not just him, but his entire family, his father, and I respect his game. He's been one of the absolute best in the business the entire time I've been in the sport, and we've had a ton of amazing battles. And I'm sad that I had to face him this early because he's such a wonderful champion and a great hitter. But I'm just glad I got it done, and I know we're going to have a lot of battles going forward in the coming years.
Little bit of a break. What are you going to do in the next hour, hour and a half?
I'm going to try to get my heart rate under 220. But no, I mean, when you're down to the last ball, it's your tournament, you know, and you just got to, I knew I was close. I was hitting edges. So I honestly just set up a little more closed because that fifth ball is really close, and I just said, you got to let it go. You know, if it goes OB, it goes OB. I just didn't want to go home knowing that I didn't let it go.
We'll get that heart rate down to below 220. Thanks, bro. Let's go. Good job.
Kyle Berkshire moves on. We will take a breath. What a matchup out of the gate, Art.
Wow, 432 on the final ball. Unbelievable. When you see Zack Holton hit it against Colton Casto, it should be awesome.
The World Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Club Champion. Better fit, lower scores. Here at Bobby Jones Golf Course, what a first quarterfinal matchup. We got a second one on the way. Colton Casto, Zack Holton gonna go up against it. Big dudes that can move it. Excited to watch these two.
Number 2 coming up. Our first competitor, number 5 seed Zack Holton, all the way from Alabama. He'll be going head to head with the man from Washington, Colton Casto.
And Art, these two have seen each other this season. Go back to the first event of the year. Casto beat Holton 425 to 420 in the quarterfinals out of the gate. They know each other well. They're big dudes, look great on the range.
They did, and they both won this year on tour. Where do you see this action, folks, on Zack Holton? It's one of the most unique deliveries. It'll kind of be a little check swing action and the footwork. So definitely he has some speed, but he's been very accurate. He had one set, 30 shots, where he hit 16 in play. So not only is he hitting it deep, he's hitting it straight.
Talked to Zack's father as they were preparing on the range and said the move you're talking about, Art, was something they were trying to train out of the way he went about his business, and he just couldn't do it. You'll see the step. It's different looking, it's unique, and it brings a lot of power on the tee.
There's that check swing. Here comes the footwork right here. That front foot, watch what it does first. There it is. Oh, good start. He has been filling it up, Shane. I mean, filling it up. Only 212 on the ball speed. So when you see 212 versus 220, that just means center of the face to maybe a little bit of a toe shot or a heel shot. That's thin. That's why you get spin. That's not a rhyme. 28.68, folks, on that. We're looking for about 1,900. So where does that come from? Comes from hitting the bottom groove. How would you like to bottom groove it when you're playing in a tournament? They're about 355. That would work.
It would play on most golf courses.
It
Definitely
sure would.
play here at Bobby Jones. For those in the Atlanta area, this is the 9th hole at Bobby Jones. It's a reversible golf course. Really, really cool facility here in Georgia.
See what kind of bounce he gets here. Oh, that is out of bounds. I'm surprised not many. Look at this swing right here. Big, huge turn. Of course, that left foot, if it would stay anchored, he would destroy his knee. So that foot has to come off the ground. That is the vertical thrust with the legs. You have to go up.
Now Colton
I got to be honest with you, Shane. I looked at the grid, I looked at the wind, it's blown left, right. Nobody has really said, I'm going to aim it down the left side and hit that cut and ride it. I'm talking about aim it down the left line, and you've got about 50 to 60 yards of fade room. It's really what we call a controlled push that's really hit. It's not a slice, it's a push.
A lot of these hitters have other jobs throughout the year. Colton is a commercial fisherman in Alaska during his downtime. So from fishing to hitting, the 27-year-old from Washington State, as mentioned, picked up his first victory in late June in Memphis. He took down Justin James in the finals by 4 yards.
That's the shot there, a little turnover, but that's a nice shot. Love to see that ball start on the left, see if that should stay in. They say that right side's hot. That ball, they say, is out of bounds. That means it must have went out and come back in. That's why they're watching those lines. Or they're saying now it's 97. It is in.
And that one is officially in. So Casto with 397 on the board as we move back to Holton.
So I'd love to see Holton step up here and aim it left and use the air and not try to just squeeze it down that right side. You can see the flags on the right side of your screen, folks. They're blowing left, right. This grid faces east, so that is a north wind. But he is closed to the right. He's trying to hit this little inside pull. You can see how far right he's aiming. See what kind of bounce he gets. Needs over 97. Bye-bye.
That is well past 97. It's going to be right around 412 for Holton. 413. Zack takes the lead.
I love that shot right there. If that ball would start left center, I'd love that shot. OB right. Again, he's got down to kind of one miss. He's hitting either tight draws or leaving it right. That's the key.
Art, I talked to you on the range as we saw these hitters prepare, and I asked, what are they working on? And you said trying to get it down to one miss.
Yes, cannot have a two-way miss in a 6-ball set for sure. He's been accurate. He's really swinging well at it.
Art, he can get on those runs of accuracy.
Yep.
Go back to Colorado earlier this year. All 5 balls in play. All over 460 on his way to victory.
Look how high he takes that right foot up right there. But again, he sticks his finish really well. He's been averaging 50%, leading the field for sure in accuracy.
So for Colton, got to catch 413. Art, it's interesting when you watch Long Drive. The takeaways aren't as extreme as maybe people that don't watch this a lot would expect to see. I mean, Colton takes it back with a rather normal pace, and then that's when the power begins.
Absolutely. Big windup right here. Watch that front shoulder. He'll turn it way back around here. Oop, lost his balance there. They take it so far past parallel. That's also another thing right there. You can see, he'll be able to see that out of his left eye pointing down. He's reaching now. He knows he needs 413. Minimum, just a tie. He needs 16 more yards. A lot of pressure.
Final swing for the number 7 seed. Good numbers. Needs to hold on. Got a little bit of wind help on that left side. That one is out of bounds. Zack Holton will move on. Art, you were impressed with his warm-up and what he was doing on the range?
He's looking really solid, hitting a lot of golf balls in play. As I always say, give him some shots to measure. His ball speed is up there. He is going to be definitely a formidable foe in the next round.
Can move it and also can get into these grooves of accuracy. You saw that in the quarterfinals from Zack. He will move on. We'll have Berkshire and Holton going at it in the semifinals. That is a clash, and we'll be excited to watch that. Holton moves on, and he's down with Bobby Bradley.
This tournament is a marathon, not a sprint. You got off to a slow start, but now you're starting to get hot. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Just trying to replicate what I was doing yesterday. Started off slow pretty much in every round, but able to grind it out and really just rely on my practice and my golf ability to hit the right shot at the right time. So it's been a complete battle. I mean, you know, facing guys like Colton, you know, we hit together all the time, but you know, somebody had to win today, and I'm just happy it was me right now.
This is a good grid. It's not, you know, like a polo field or Mesquite.
Right.
You're looking in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
What are you picking out there on the grid?
The box shape on the right center of the grid. I'm just trying to attack it and just trust that the ball will turn over, and luckily it has been. So just trying to keep hitting that spot.
Good work. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Bobby.
Zack Holton.
Well, Zack has been hitting the spot. 413 was the number. He'll face off in the semifinals with Kyle Berkshire. Up next after the break, Shawn Johnson goes up with a rather unknown in World Drive. Excited to see Owen hit it. Back in Atlanta, Bobby Jones Golf Course, the host this year. World Long Drive Championship, on to our third quarterfinal matchup. Shawn Johnson, world number 8, going up with Owen Meeds, world number 48 from Cambridge, England. And Meeds only hit in the United States just once this year. Excited to see Meeds get it going.
Alrighty, we have the number 3 seed from England, Owen Meeds. He'll be going head-to-head with the number 6 seed from Colorado, Shawn Johnson.
6'7", Shawn Johnson is a guy that played collegiate baseball, was drafted by the Cubs, had to deal with some injuries, went from baseball to long drive.
And baseball feeds long drive for sure. Definitely at 6'7", I'm anxious to see the arc in his golf swing. Again, Owen, like you said, has only hit over here one time and had a top 16. That says a lot about that. We saw him on the range warming up. He was hitting some missiles, so definitely the final 8 need not apply if you're not going to hit it 400 yards.
By the way, you mentioned Shawn being 6'7". In his own words, he described himself. He said, growing up, I described my body figure as a baby giraffe. It's long, it's lengthy. He can produce a ton of power with that frame.
And I look also here, he's played a lot of hockey. And when you play hockey, especially as a youth player, you can retain that angle, you can have that lean, and then you can absolutely have that flick of power. And that is what he's got.
Meeds out of the gate, and that one will be out of bounds left.
So the players get a minute 15 for 3 shots, and he's timing as well. It's a flat push right there, 213. What kind of message you think that 432 sends the field? I'm still thinking back about that shot with Berkshire. Darn near a quarter mile. I mean, that sends a message.
You've got somebody to go up against in your match, but it lingers, I can only imagine, Art.
So there's a left, right, left start. We don't like that right there. That's what do I have today except nerves is really what that is.
Now Johnson. Meeds unable to find the grid with his first 3 balls.
And with somebody without the experience of Owen, if Johnson can put up a number in these first 3 balls, it will make Owen really reach. It's very critical, these first 3 shots. If he goes 0 for 3 and they're in a 3-ball match, it's totally different than if he can put a number up near 400 yards.
World Long Drive Rookie of the Year in 2022 was Shawn Johnson.
So a lot of different styles here. He didn't have the foot movement that the other players do, but he's definitely swinging out of those shoes right there.
I'm not sure I've ever seen someone with more gloves in my life.
Right.
Got 2 on, he's got 2 in the back pocket.
Big turn right there, squat down. Definitely the left foot's going back even with the right foot right there. That's a big spin out. Let's see if he can swing right through this golf ball and send it right down Main Street. Right back at the pitcher would be nice.
There you go. He's got a chance.
He hit this ball really good. 151 on club speed. That should land in. See if it stays in.
There you go.
That was
just what you said, Art.
Very critical shot right there. And in the match play, that's a much needed par if you compare it to golf. I mean, you don't have to eagle or double eagle or make a birdie. That was a great par shot for him to put heat on Owen. And shot 4 and 5 are critical for Owen Meeds right here.
See if he can get one in the grid's got to catch 398. He's eyeing this one.
That wind change, that's down now. That's good. This is close.
That's over 400. That is going to do it. That looks like 402 for Meeds.
Huge shot. Huge. And wasting no time, says, I'll send one more out there.
That one well left. So down to his final ball.
And again, 45 seconds left. As he gets on in the competition, he's going to back off here. It's nice to separate those shots right at about 25 seconds each.
Gonna need a little wind help here. It's gonna be right on the OB line.
Again, you see the shots on the left. They're kind of hitting into that hill. They will not go as far as that right side.
We've talked to some of the competitors. They said you've got to carry at 390 to get that kick down the left side.
That's a long carry. Absolutely. But I like that right side for sure. Well, here's some pressure.
Yeah, season long for Sean. 465 earlier this year. Gonna need something 403 or better. Two swings left.
He's really losing his balance. So what's happening on the downswing is the whole upper torso is opening way left. And you get a two-way miss there. If the club face is closed, the ball goes left. If it's open, it's going right. He's got to try to calm the upper body down that split second so the club can drop in the slot.
This one's got to go 402 or better. It's got a chance.
218 on ball speed. He's got plenty of speeds. That left side.
Got to carry it. You get enough of it. He might have. It's going to be really close. It might be 403.
And if those golf balls are within 6 inches, they will have a playoff. So they're going to get the tape out for sure right here. Go from that line to the middle of the ball. And if they're within 6 inches, they will have a playoff.
How about that swing from Sean Johnson?
Especially down the left side. That was hit. Those were big numbers right there. He squared it up.
And you see right here, Art, they're measuring.
Yeah, I really think he's got it right here. I think it's more than 6 inches. That's my guess. I really kind of think Johnson was deeper past that 400 line. There's that hump in that fairway, and they're going to go to the other side. That's why they keep that golf ball down. And I think he's got it. I really do.
Art, you think about the numbers in long drive. You think about 400, 450, 480, 490. It's going to come down to inches here in this quarterfinal matchup.
Right. Sean Johnson got that one by 2 feet.
Wow, 2 feet is all it took.
So you hit it 1,200 feet and you win by 2 feet. That's a nice par 4.
It's still somehow a game of inches, I guess.
Yes.
A couple of clutch moments, Art, already. Here's the swing.
Absolutely. And he held his balance here. I like I had that back to the target and just timed his jump there, Shane. And he knew it when he hit it. 218 on the ball, 151 on the club head speed.
Berkshire it came down to his final ball. Johnson came down to his final ball. He moves on as we have one more quarterfinal matchup. Let's send it down to Bobby.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, World Series. Bases loaded. You're down 0-2 and just hit a 218-mile-per-hour rocket. How does that feel?
Pretty good. I've been the pitcher on that side of the end, and feels a lot better to actually hit it than be the one pitching it. But great shout out to Owen Meeds. He's always filling up my TikTok and Instagram with great content. He's a great competitor, but that felt good.
What a ball. We're going to see him later, and you've gotten stronger, just like everybody else. Congratulations on that 402-yard drive.
Impressive stuff, clutch stuff already in Atlanta. Sean Johnson moves on down to one last quarterfinal matchup. It'll be Bryce Verplank, James Tait. Excited to see these two go at it. It is the World Long Drive Championship, Bobby Jones Golf Course in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Shane Bacon, Art Sellinger, two-time World Long Drive champion with me. Bobby Bradley doing a great job down on the grid with interviews. We're down to one last quarterfinal matchup. Bryce Verplank, you know the name if you're a golf fan. James Tait going at it. We got one last matchup before the semifinals are set.
Alrighty, folks, quarterfinal match number 4 coming up. Coming in first, it's your number 2 seed, James Tait. The man from Scotland, show him some love. He'll be going head-to-head with a man from Texas. Go Longhorns, Bryce Verplank.
Scotland versus the U.S., Scotland versus Texas. Bryce Verplank, a former pitcher at the University of Texas. We asked about the similarities between baseball and long drive.
Hitting a ball, this time it's a still ball rather than a moving ball. So they say it's easier. I don't think it is. But it translates really well because whether you pitched, hit, played the field, any position you play in baseball, you have to use rotational power, and you got to use the ground to your advantage. And those two in a long drive swing translate to speed. So.
Bryce Verplank's uncle, the great Scott Verplank, two-time winner this season, Art, and currently has the longest drive across all platforms in 2023 with a 489-yard poke in Colorado.
Absolutely pure action, really like it. And again, going up against James Tait there from Scotland, plays at St. Andrews. You think you can hit the ball far there if you get a little downwind, but
if his short game's good, I'd like to see some of the numbers he posts, if he can hit it as far as he hits it.
I love Verplank's action. He's won twice this year, but here's Tait to start it out. It's a little on the toe, that's why that ball speed is down. Ball speed will come from club head speed with, of course, centerness of contact is critical. That's when you're going to get the big numbers.
Art, his nickname is Triple T. I think that plays in long drive, maybe not so much in stroke play. I don't think you want triple attached to your golf nickname.
A little quick there on the transition. And again, going first, I marvel a lot of these players. They have so much energy. They're a little bit nervous, and they hit the first 2 shots there in 25 seconds, and then they take the breaths they need. I wish they would have that kind of that pre-shot routine. I like how he's set right here. Let's see if he can deliver.
Oh, he loves it.
Took his time. I love that right there. 221. He flushed it. That's big. That's rolling down that right side. That's the slot right there, Shane.
Already hit it 5 minutes ago. It's still rolling.
Yes.
That is unreal.
Again, I love how he took his time right there and really got set.
It's going to be one of the longest today. 452, James Tait.
Oh. That made 365 look really good quickly, didn't it?
Not sure what Kyle Berkshire's listening to on the AirPods, but I guarantee you heard that roar.
You know, I was talking to Bryce on the range, and he says, I need to hit it good, and you need luck on this grid. You need luck. It's an outside sport. You've got to hit the right mogul, the right bounce out there. He wasn't faster than Berkshire there, but he got the big bounce. Good golf swing. He's got pure action right there. But 212, I find it hard for 212 to beat 221, unless he hits a sprinkler head.
For Bryce, the first event he ever competed in long drive was 2021, finished in the top 5. Kind of was hooked from that moment on.
And again, great action right here. That was a little quick and over the top. I mean, at 450, you got to start reaching. I mean, just imagine. You hit at 430, you still need another 20, Shane.
Tait with the longest ball in the quarterfinals by 20 yards to this point. Big ask for Bryce.
Just don't know if he hits that slot or not down that right side and gets that big roll. Wind's changing just a hair. That's a great shot.
Just out of bounds for Verplank.
You know, in this situation here with Tait at 450, I don't know if I hit my last 3 shots. I say go right ahead. Let me see what you got. But look at this golf swing for his huge shot right here. Wow, look at that turn. Look at that extension. Honestly, you don't want to injure yourself right here. I think you sit at 450 and just say, come and get it. There could be a little bit mental there, but you just do not want to hurt yourself right here. I did talk to Bobby Bradley. He says Tait is hitting missiles on the range. He was right. I really don't think it matters here. I really don't. 452 is absolutely gargantuan.
Art, can Bryce catch 452?
Unless he hits a slot, he's got to be 220 in the ball, and he's got to hit that slot and get a huge bounce.
And on the grid, 401. And I mentioned Bryce Verplank with the longest drive of the season, 49. That coming in Colorado, that coming in altitude.
Always situational right there. Again, a drive into a 15-mile-an-hour wind, downwind can be 100 yards difference for these
So he
players.
has touched over 452. He's going to need it here.
And they're all aiming in that right corner right now because they know that's the slot.
Well, you saw that bounce James got. I mean, that thing rolled 30 yards at least.
At least, probably more. So 217 there, 220's minimum. We'd love to see 222, a flatter shot down that right side, not a lot of curve left. Underneath and open. What that means, folks, is he's coming from the inside, trying to start the ball to the right. So getting the club on the inside, he's just got to square the face rather than leave it open.
Last swing for Bryce Verplank. He's got to catch 452.
He hit 3 in a row just like that. Never shut the door. Too bad for Bryce. And what a huge victory for Scotland right there. 452, longest drive of the day.
Tait's moving on. What a swing from the Scotsman. So quarterfinals are done. Semifinals are set. Tait gets Shawn Johnson. And Johnson's got to look at that number going, man, I didn't know this guy had it in him.
Everybody's got to look at that number, but it's a whole brand new 6 when they start again. Mano a mano.
Well, let's send it down to Bobby Bradley with Mr. 452.
Did you hit that good?
Yeah, I hit it kind of good.
I mean, I can say watching 10,000 golf balls hit this week that you have had the best tournament out of anybody. What's your game plan?
Aim for the middle, swing for the fences, see what happens.
He's 12 swings away from winning a world title and taking that belt back to Scotland. James Tait is on fire. I look forward to seeing you hit later.
Cheers, buddy, appreciate it.
Tait's moving on. Triple T bringing the heat, Art.
And look at this golf swing right here. I like it. It's got movement to it, and he knew it when he hit it. Look at those numbers. I love that right there. 221. I would love to see how far that flew because it stayed in the air for about 20 seconds.
Bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and in to the semifinals.
At least 40 yards right there.
Coming up next, women's quarterfinals here at Bobby Jones Golf Course. See who advances there as we flip the script. Back in Atlanta, just watching some bombs on a Sunday. Bobby Jones Golf Course through the men quarterfinals, so semifinals are set, and we will get in to the women. Alexis Belton lives locally. Art, I know you know her very well.
First event of the year, former All-American at Texas Wesleyan, going up against Gabi Powell. Great golf swings. We're going to see some more accuracy out of the women here for sure.
Powell, world number 5. Lieving, a lot of success this season. 2-time winner this year.
And Kelly Rudney from Canada, she can hit it hard. Definitely can hit it hard. And now you got Drahos. She can move the golf ball. Comes up off the ground. You're going to like this golf swing.
Devon, Casazza, world number 3. That'll be that matchup. And then Phillis, Meti, world number 1, gets Madona, Hasegawa, 3-time Japanese long drive champ.
And if you haven't seen Meti hit it yet, you'll see some ball speeds up there at around 180 miles an hour.
World number 1. Chatted with her earlier in the day. Knows what is needed, knows what is asked of you, and that is the bracket as we get into these quarterfinals. When we return, the women will take the tee, try to find the grid, try to hit it very, very hard. Belton and Powell when we return.
I think it's just something fun. I've gotten to see Bobby compete throughout the year, and watching all the girls kind of got me excited. Plus, I literally live right down the street, so it's exciting to sleep in my bed and be able to be out here amongst all the girls. It's literally like a reunion on the ladies division, and so to compete with them makes it special. It's like really cool to show the people that I golf with all the time here what long drive is all about. And so I'm really excited for people to come out and see.
A woman of many talents is Alexis Belton. In Tennessee, she had the mic on the grid. Today, she's in the quarterfinals. Real consistent hitter, has a great golf swing, and she's going to be going up against Gabi Powell.
All right, folks, our first quarterfinal match of the women's division coming up now. Woo! First up, our number 8 seed, give it up, all the way from Louisiana, it's Alexis Belton. Look at her go. She'll be going head-to-head. We'll be going head-to-head with the number 1 seed from Florida, it's Gabi Powell.
Gabi, now world number 5, has just recently got into long drive. We asked her how she got into it.
I played college golf at FIU. I've always been considered like a long hitter. Not this past April, last April, Anthony Livingston, who's actually on the senior division, asked me to come out to the Hope Sound event to do social media. I said, no problem. And he's like, well, why don't you compete? I mean, you know, you should try it. And I was like, compete? Like, I've never done that before. Ended up putting a long driver in my hand and started swinging at it and went out to my first event, Hope Sound, and ended up getting second place and fell in love with the game.
Gabi had 338 a day ago, and from should I be competing to having a shot at the World Long Drive Championship belt.
You never know what happens until you try. Same thing really happened with Alexis Belton back in 2017. You know, as a collegiate player, she definitely was thriving, went to LPGA school, and she is up right here.
And watch this golf swing. It's so good.
It's pure. Little quick there, little over the top. She loves to play a nice draw. Said she just got this golf club Tuesday, made a last-minute decision to compete. Kind of my favorite thing about Alexis here is you should see this woman play hoop. She can play some basketball, guarantee it. See if she can time it up here. Start it down that right side. Little thin, little low on the face. Again, she hasn't hit for so long. At this stage right here, the nerves definitely have to play a part, but she got a mark, she's in play. I think she's looking for about 315 to 20 for sure.
Alexis won her first long drive event in 2018. One on the grid at 286. Not going to do it against Gabi with all that power.
No, not for sure. She definitely 3 quick swings, 2 hooks, and a thin shot. See what Gabi has to bring to the table here. It's definitely different on the range as we saw. We saw him hitting high, beautiful bombs, dead straight. We must have watched Alexis hit 6 in a row, never miss the grid, and then you walk over here and you get quick.
Art, usually Gabi is extremely consistent, 49% of the time finding the grid.
Nerves.
Get that first swing out of the way.
Yeah, nerves.
We all hate
sure.
the first tee, Art.
We do. Nerves for sure. For both of these players, very accurate, and if they're missing, it's all nerves.
One left, one right for Powell.
And you look back and you go, okay, I can win a world championship here. I mean, this is kind of enshrinement into history. I can win the title. That kind of plays a part to it, doesn't it, Shane?
Absolutely.
Over the top. Again, that's nerves, that's timing. Here's where I expect Alexis to kind of calm down, use her collegiate golf career. Again, she's been to the LPGA Tour School. I mean, she can really play golf. She played a lot of mini tour golf. So I think Alexis has to play golf here. I see her kind of taking some practice swings right here, getting loose. This time right here is critical for her.
Former All-American golfer was Alexis Belton. Going to be out of bounds left.
So the key for Alexis here is to back off and think just for a little pause at the top. Would that help? Just a half a second to let that club set.
She's got 45 seconds left with her final 2 balls. That was smoother.
170 on the ball speed. It's the first player we've seen kind of use the wind, play the fade, see what kind of bounce she can get.
Got a nice one. That out there at 322. Beautiful from Belton.
That's the shot for these players. Try to hit that little cut and let the wind help.
Using all her time. 8 seconds left.
Good golf swing there, very nice, but not as high as ball speed. She turned it back into the wind. So you can kind of see that fade, riding that wind a little bit really helped her. But 322, got to be happy.
Got a real opportunity to advance with that number. Mentioned Gabi hit 338 a day ago.
And again, the big thing here is these ladies are 5'8", 5'9". They're hitting 48-inch golf clubs. When they played their competitive golf, it was 44 to 45. These are long golf clubs for them to try to hit the center of that face. So that's a miss hit, 149. All that is high on the face right there. So you got to hit the center. One thing to get club speed, definitely need to hit the center of that face.
Got plenty of time, does Gabi. See if she can find the grid with one of these final 2.
Again, she's skying it. This is a great learning experience. If she doesn't come through on the last ball, nerves, how do I manage those nerves? There's a big physical side to hitting the long drive, but there is a very, very big mental side as well.
For the home crowd, rooting for Belton. Powell hoping this final swing mimics Berkshire out of the gate on the men's side.
And she skied 3 balls in a row, not her best. But what a great tournament for her to make these quarterfinals. And Alexis Belton will move on with 322. I think she's going to be dangerous in the semis.
Hits it far and hits it consistent, does Alexis Belton. And Art, one more look at that great swing.
Just a textbook action right here. Love how forward she plays the golf ball here. Right at the top, sets it. Good extension. That's her tempo. That's her rhythm right there. And less was more right there for Alexis.
Atlanta crowd loving it. Belton moves on. 322 yards. She's into the semifinals, and she is down with Bobby.
I enjoy spending time with you in the booth, but I really enjoy watching you hit on the grid. How does it feel?
That was a lot of fun. This is a cool moment. We're both on the grid. Just excited to be here in Atlanta. Thanks for everyone that shows up and supports World Long Drive, and it's cool to be a part of the sport.
It's been an honor to work with you all year. Thank you for this opportunity. Go get some rest. You got 12 more balls to go.
Shout out to CEO.
Alexis Belton takes it down.
We're in Atlanta. Alexis lives in Atlanta, and she is into the semifinals. Next quarterfinal matchup coming our way. A couple you're going to want to watch. They can move it.
To win my first world title would be absolutely priceless. I used to watch World Long Drive with my dad. I used to watch Sandra, Phillis on TV, and to be on the same stage as them is super, super cool. To win it myself, I mean, I know everybody probably says that, but it would be absolutely priceless to win it. I mean, it's a lifelong goal for sure, and to do it in my rookie season, I think would be pretty darn cool. And would really propel me forward into the rest of my career, so it'd make me very, very happy.
Well, Art, she understands winning. Monica, the only two-time winner in the women's division this year, an animal when it comes to long drive, 375 yards in Colorado. She'll face off with Rudney as they head to the grid.
All right, match 2 of the women's quarterfinal coming up right now. First up, your number 4 seed, give it up from Illinois, it's Monica Lieving. She'll be going head-to-head with your number 5 seed from Canada, Kelly Rudney.
U.S. versus Canada in this matchup, and you have a rookie and a veteran of long drive facing off.
But you also have somebody who's played collegiate golf. I really like that under these situations right here from a golf swing technique standpoint, because nerves are playing a big part. So who can hit the center of the face? And Monica winning twice, former world number 1, came out of the gate pretty hot this year on tour. We'll see how she does.
Monica gonna get us going on our second quarterfinal matchup.
Wow, did not waste any time there. So you got to slow her down. First world final right there. A little bit thin and low. Shane, that was the quickest shot I've ever seen. Shane, that was 2 seconds.
Art, I don't think they started the clock yet.
And it went right down Main Street, but still 3:04. There we go. Now she's breathing. That's
Take
good.
a minute. Got 50 seconds left. Does Lieving.
Bit nerves there. Get behind that golf ball. Visualize. That's what you want to do when you're under pressure, even at your home club, and you want to hit a big shot. Just visualize, take a breath, slow it down, hit the center of that face.
It's going to stay in. It is not.
Oh. I don't know, they got it. Any part of the ball touching the line is considered in. That is out. Was not on there.
Out by a literal dimple.
Shows her, though, what neighborhood she's in. That's good to see. Hey, I'm out. I think it was around 310-ish, so right there, no problem.
Now the veteran. Rudney, start of the year ranked 2nd in the world, has slid down to 4th in the rankings.
Got a mark in there, little 276. Sets up way right, little close. See if she can kind of come over it. This is high in the face. So the women, when they're hitting the ball well, are going to be in the mid to high 170s in ball speed there. So if you're watching, you see this 140s or 50s. All that is a miss hit. It's not a slower swing. It's a miss hit. Now she tees the ball extremely high. USGA rules call for a max of a 4-inch tee. Again, they're trying to hit that ball on the upward motion. Sometimes you can get underneath it, but look how high that ball is teed up. So you kind of start with the club, and you got to get elevated and then get centered. Good strike, a little on the toe, got the ball speed up by 10. It's going to roll out of bounds.
So Monica at 3:04 leading. She'll head back to the tee, see if she takes a little bit more time.
I think that break helps because, again, she gets the time to get kind of the grid clear, play away. See if she gets in here a little bit slower.
Minute and 15 seconds for these final 3 balls. Oh, that was
flush.
more like it.
There's your 168 on the ball speed. Very nice. Good shot here.
Much better swing and much better result.
Good golf swing.
Right around the 320 mark. Something for Kelly to look at.
.171, our first one that crosses that. Another thing to keep in mind, I'll tell you who's watching closely, is Alexis Belton, because she's at 322, and she's like, where do I stack up? I haven't hit against these ladies all year long. How far are they hitting it? 319, 320? I'm in the ballpark.
Last swing for Lieving.
And she's really settled down to these 3.
That one quick and left, so 319, the mark she has set. Rudney's got to catch that to advance.
Miss hit again, losing your balance. She's almost stepping out. I don't mind the feet moving. If you got to stay in there during the point of strike and then let the feet go. But if you watch the lower half here, folks, if she can stay still while the club is getting to the ball, it'll be great. Let's see if she can hold her feet down. It's a lot of curve trying to get that right side.
Last ball for Rudney. Got to catch 319 or Lieving will advance. And a driver change for Rudney.
And most of the players are using anywhere from, the women's side, anywhere from about 5 to 7, 8 degrees of loft. Popped it up. No. Good advance there for Monica right there.
Yeah, not her best set, and
No.
she moves on. You could see she was frustrated after that last ball.
Absolutely. It's kind of like winning a match and not playing your best, and now she's got Alexis, but she got 6 golf balls underneath her belt here. Very, very important.
Yeah, in match play, if you shoot 75, you advance. If your opponent shoots 77, right? If you can make the bogeys, it's fine. One look at that move from Monica.
It's a good golf swing right here. Great balance. Really hit this ball well. 168 on the ball speed. Those are really good numbers. Just slightly below the men's tour average of 171. Gives you an idea. Great shot.
Well, Monica advances. We will send it down to Bobby Bradley.
Far. They were talking about in the booth, your pre-shot routine, you just walk into it and go. Are you going to make any adjustments in the next set?
I'm just going to be me, you know? I think a lot of people think that I move too fast, but that's me, and it works, so that's what I'm going to do.
Well, you just got to win. Go take a little bit of a break, and we're going to see you a little bit later. Monica Lieving is on to the semifinals.
We talked about it off the top. Art, survive and advance, all you can do. And she's through. 319, she'll get Alexis Belton in the semifinals. Couple quarterfinal matchups left to be decided on the women's side. And as we always say, Art, excited for this matchup. Back at the Bobby Jones golf course. 2 quarterfinal matchups left, Art. Exciting stuff happening thus far at the World Long Drive Championship.
Fantastic World Long Drive Championship here. You got Devon, Casazza, and Anna Drahos. Should be a huge match.
Our number 6 seed, Devon Casazza from Nevada. She'll be going head-to-head with her number 3 seed, all the way from Minnesota, Anna Drahos.
And Art, it really kind of a tale of 2 different hitters. Anna, the consistent one, finds the grid a lot, 52% of the time this season. That's 10% up from average on tour. And Devon started the year world number 1, has yet to advance past the semifinals in a single event in 2023.
Has not been her best year. The one thing I like about Anna is she faced Phillis, Meti, got that pressure pack match under her belt. I think it'll pay dividends right here for this match.
Mentioned started the season world number 1, now world number 3. All the firepower in the world as she gets this 3rd quarterfinal matchup going.
It's a good flat start right there. I like the ball speed, 172. Low spin. Hit it solid, though. It was a little pull, but solid.
Art, I've asked you a lot of questions over the last few weeks. One of them is, what's a good hit when it doesn't find the grid? And you said it's solid, where you want the ball to start.
Absolutely. And she's hitting the ball flat and solid. 2 hits, a little bit on the toe side. That's what makes that golf ball turn left. And again, with these low lofted drivers, you're not going to get a lot of spin. You got to stay away from the toe side of that golf club because it will definitely make it dive down.
2 in similar areas. This is her final swing to start.
So 3 out left right there to start. So in these situations, Shane, when you have a 6 golf ball match versus the 3, because, you know, she got 3 out of the way. Now, big advantage right here for Anna.
Both these hitters topped out at 332 this week.
Beautiful ball
Mentioned
swing.
consistency from Anna.
Yeah, not her fastest, but again, a ball in play. It's something to build on right there.
It's gonna be right around 290.
I think she's happy to get a mark right there. Very nice. She's got repeatable action. That's what's cool. Really, really repeatable. Right down the middle there.
She would hit a lot of fairways at Bobby Jones. I'm
Yes,
gonna
she
say that
would.
right now.
I think she hits a lot of fairways every place she plays. That's 315 right there. Very nice.
Excellent. 2 for 2 in the grid.
162, good ball speed. On the toe side, again, she just fills it up. I like this because that one didn't get the bounce she really wanted. But at least you're giving yourself a chance because there's a lot of moguls out there in this grid right there. So 3 out of 3 in play, really pushing Devon right here. Good technique. Big turn, tilts down. You want that low right shoulder down, rocks. Nice.
Devon quickly to the tee.
A little bit out of her rhythm right there, but I like her getting behind this golf ball. Got to think about some of the best shots you've ever hit in competition. Don't think swing. Think about shots. Visualize shots that are winners. Don't try swing tips.
Eye in this one.
Going to need a lot of roll.
Not going to do it, right at 299. And last swing for Casazza.
Left it open. It's going to be outright. So Anna Drahos wins at 315. We've had 3 victories. Belton 322, Lieving 319, Drahos 315. Very close grouping. Anxious to see what Phillis Meti will do coming up next.
Easy work for Anna. Impressive as well. Set it off the top. When you hit it that far and hit it that consistent, it is tough to beat. Drahos advances 315. One quarterfinal matchup left to be played, including the legend in Phillis Meti. Anna is through. That means she gets to chat with Bobby Bradley.
All right, you're on national television out in Tennessee. How are your nerves today compared to then?
Oh my! First of all, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, not Tennessee.
You're in Tennessee. Well, you're on television in Tennessee.
Television. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Whew. TV is getting the pressure of me. This is a lot.
Well, you just threw 3 strikes in the middle of the grid. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. This whole past 2 days, I felt like I'm putting as many in the grid as I can, and I'm just going off of that.
Anna Drahos is locked in. 3 for 3. Take some rest, and we'll see you here in a little bit. Good work.
And I think to Bobby's point, Art, rest is what she's going to get. Just took 3 swings.
And she's been filling it up all week. Like you said, over 50%. There's just another one, 3 for 3 right there. She only needed 3, and she's advancing to the semifinals.
She will advance one last quarterfinal matchup, including Phillis Meti, coming up next. Back in Atlanta, 2023 World Long Drive Championship. We got Phillis Meti coming up in our final quarterfinal matchup. From Auckland, New Zealand, now lives in Atlanta, and we asked Phillis what it would mean to win this week.
Not just for myself, but for my family. We recently had a death in our family about 2 months ago, or just less than that. And, you know, with family and friends here, it's such a big help. But, you know, we've also got my cousin's daughter just recently diagnosed with leukemia. So for my family, it would mean a lot. For me, even more.
Meti will go up against Madona Hasegawa from Japan, 3-time Japanese long drive champion in her own right. And of course, she gets Meti, who has all the accolades in the world.
True international final with tribute right there to World Long Drive. And this should be a very, very exciting matchup right here. 18 years Phillis has been going at it.
World number 1, head of the tee.
Number 2 seed, all the way from New Zealand. Give it up for Phillis Meti. She's going head-to-head with the number 7 seed all the way from Japan, Madona Hasegawa.
Hasegawa just 21 years old, facing off in the quarterfinals against a living legend in long drive.
Nothing like a little baptism by fire here, huh? I mean, welcome to the World Long Drive stage. The longest hitter in Japan, and of course, the living legend in Phillis Meti trying to bag her 5th world championship right here.
4-time world champion, longest tee shot this season, 378. World record holder for women's long drive at 414. And there is the number I mentioned. She can move it.
And she hits a great golf shot for this grid. You'll see here how high she hits it. Working on that visualization again, she's no stranger. She's probably hundreds and hundreds of golf balls under these conditions. But her strategy, picking to go first, gonna put a number and kind of put some pressure right here.
And Art chatted with Phillis earlier, said she lives in the Atlanta area, and she was very, very impressed with the Bobby Jones golf course. Says she brings a lot of people out, says it's so good for beginning golfers and golfers with disabilities. And she says this is the place that she brings people to play golf and experience it.
And that's her shot right there. She will work underneath it. We'll watch this in the slow motion a little bit later. You're going to see her get that right shoulder so low and launch it high. And look at this number right here. Welcome, Phillis Meti.
335, longest of the quarterfinals.
So you'll see here a little bit closed on her setup. That trail shoulder is very low, and she's going to try and work underneath and swing high to the sky. Look at this ball speed, Shane, 177, swinging at 125 miles an hour.
And for Meti at 335, Hasegawa's longest this week, 324. So she's going to have to get in her bag just to catch Meti's first ball.
It's a big ask right there, especially when the other winners have been in that 320 range. I think Phillis has got more in the bag here, I really do. Like that with a 69. A little slower than the others. It's going to have a nice carry. See if it gets a roll. Didn't hit that quite as well.
Good start for Phillis. 335 the mark. Hasegawa's turn to try to catch.
So what Hasegawa has to do, we've got to see early. Can she cross that 170 ball speed barrier into those low 170s? In the 160s, she is going to need to hit the hardest part of this grid. So anxious to see the ball speed number here. That was a miss hit high in the face. This right here is the fastest 2 minutes and 30 seconds in sports right here. It will go by like a blur, and you go, what happened? I swung 6 times.
I'm already over? It's done?
What? Again, I'm anxious to see the ball speed, if we can get that from Flight Scope on this shot right here, and just see if she can get it up over 170. See, 158. And that's a lot of side spin as well and back spin.
You said earlier, Art, Meti has more in the bag. She hit 357 yesterday.
Yeah.
That, to this point, has been the longest in the women's division.
Again, she approaches that 180 mile an hour ball speed. So again, that's why I'm interested here with, you know, Hasegawa. She can get it out there. Again, she's over swinging 164 with a lot of side spin. So now what Phillis is going to do, honestly, with this experience, we'll watch her swing first right here. I just want you to watch the back shoulder work down. Watch how it goes down and under, and that head will stay back. And that's what gives her that carry, that big launch. I think Phillis is going to practice right now on these 3 shots. I think she's going to fiddle around with her swing a little bit, see what kind of works, see if there's a part of the grid that's going a little quicker. I think she's very comfortable with 335. Not that she's going to change her game plan. She's going to experiment just a little bit. 181,
wow.
But a flatter flight and turning over towards the left side of the grid. See if she gets a bigger roll, and it does. And it does.
Wow.
Look at this shot.
That's round 382 for Meti. That's going to be the longest of the week.
Wow. And she says, give me more. But do you see the flatter flight? She got 40, 50 yards of roll right there. And again, she is on a roll right now. But that's higher. That will not go 382 with the height. That flat shot she's seen is where it's at.
Well, Art, you called it. Practicing in real time, has that opportunity thanks to that first swing at 335.
So she just knows if I can flatten it and go a little lower, because that ball wasn't that much slower and it's 40 yards behind. It shows you the flat flight for where the women are hitting it on the grid.
She's already hit 3 balls longer than anything Hasegawa has hit this week.
Yeah.
What a performance from Phillis Meti.
And again, here's the swing right here. 121 on the club. You'll still see that low shoulder right there at impact, but she leveled it out. She got that ball to drive and use the ground out there in that grid. Some 50 yards a roll, we're told.
4-time world champion. You talk about making a statement out of the gate, Art.
You talk about being Madoka here. I just don't know what you do right here to hit it 382. But you hit it solid, 170. And she might say, I could have won every other match. We'll see. Go ball. Get out there. Get a number.
Good reaction. Come on, ball. Keep flying.
but kind of shows you the grouping that she's in with the other ladies that are here. Again, Phillis is in another zone, but 314, excellent shot. 164, that's a little in the heel. That's why it faded right, won't go as far.
.304.
What are the other semifinalists thinking right now with 380 out there? I mean, 340, let alone that, now 380.
382 from Meti, 322 the best from all the other quarterfinalists to this point.
Wow, what a statement right there.
Meti, just sensational.
Is she at the ultimate shot for this grid here at Bobby Jones? Just the ultimate shot. Flat and fast. Take a look at this golf swing right here. Love the tempo, love the rhythm. Watch the club also set at the top right here. She'll drop it to the inside, but that flatter, lower flight.
But a flatter
only 1,600 RPMs of spin. You know what that means? That ball's cooking.
And you see it on the grid, Art. It is rolling and rolling and rolling.
Shane, that
like
ball
a
goes
Limp Bizkit track.
That ball goes through you on one bounce.
Meti advances 382. Come and catch me. The number 2 seed, number 1 ranked player in the world, Phillis Meti. What a performance. She's down with Bobby Bradley.
Phillis, you have hit some monster drives in your career, several balls over 400 yards, but did you think you had 382 on this grid out here today?
No, not today. No.
Unreal. You're the 2 seed. You had the opportunity to take the hammer and go second. What was your decision going first?
Sometimes I like to set the standard, and that comes with a little bit of experience of being out here a few times and choosing as to whether or not I'd like to set the standard or chase. And today I felt like setting the standard.
Well, I'm looking at a multiple-time world champion, then there's Sandra Carberg. You guys are the best in the business, and that was an unbelievable show. Great shot. Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Phillis Meti, not just the longest ball of these quarterfinals, that the longest ball this season, 382. Beat her own number by 4 yards.
One of the best tee shots I've ever seen her hit in 18 years.
Phillis Meti, with legends watching, advances. Incredible performance. The World Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Club Champion. Better fit, lower scores. Into the semifinals in the women's division. Art, Phillis Meti, 382. But that first matchup, 4 versus 8, going to be very interesting.
It will. Alexis should learn a lot with her experience that a lower ball flight on this grid, using the ground, I think she can get it out there over 340. I really do.
Belton hit it 322. Lieving touched 319. They'll be next up when we return. Just 4 hitters left in Atlanta. Back in Atlanta, semifinal time, Art. Excited to see what goes down. Alexis, Belton, Monica Lieving will get us going. They touch similar numbers in the quarterfinals.
It could be a great match right here. Look for Alexis to really take it up a notch. Should be a hell of a match.
Give it up for our first competitor.
Alexis lives in Atlanta. He'll facing off with Monica.
She'll be
quick to
going
start in her
head-to-head
quarterfinals.
with our girl
Mentioned
from Louisiana,
earlier, 2-time winner on tour this season.
There's the athlete, the former All-American player at Texas Wesleyan, also basketball
Yeah,
player.
Art, I was going to say, really good at golf, at long drive, at basketball, good at broadcasting. What is she bad at? Is there anything? Nothing we found yet?
Just a great woman right there.
Yes. Belton, hometown favorite, has talked a lot about how excited it is just to get to sleep in her own bed and come compete in the World Long Drive Championship. Great atmosphere, great weather day as well. Just been ideal.
Still have that left to right wind on the grid, a lot of area out there, but they all saw what Phillis did. They all saw that there's a lot of roll out there. So if Alexis can carry it let's say right at around 285 or 90, she can get 40, 50 yards a roll. We'll see what Lieving does to start. That's flat at 173. Huge start right here.
Art, on Friday, Lieving hit 361 in round 1. Has it in the bag, and that is an excellent start.
Yeah, 333. Good start right there. 333. Hit it solid. And it kind of shows you how much, I don't want to say the word luck, but let's just think about it. We're outdoors here. Anything can hit anything. She's 6 miles an hour slower than Phillis, but yet she hit it 50 yards shorter. So hitting that right spot, hitting that spin correctly to get that roll and that bounce is really critical.
And Art seems a lot more comfortable in this round than we saw in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, getting the first 6 under her belt was very good. Great shot
yes.
here.
175.
Super shot. Low spin should get a big bounce. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. See, so that's 2 miles an hour quicker than the first shot, but yet almost 20 yards further. And look at this golf swing. Good lateral movement behind the ball. Long swing, stays behind it well. Full finish. And look at this reaction right here. She knew it.
Monica said she watched Long Drive when she was a kid with Dad. Now in the semifinals, 2 balls better than her best in the quarterfinals.
349. She's taking it up. Let's see if Belton can follow.
Alexis' best ball in the quarterfinals, 322.
Just perfect technique right here, but over the top and quick. Again, not hitting at all this year has kind of hurt her a little bit, but she says she's playing with house money. She's at home, she's having fun, but don't think this athlete right here doesn't want to hit a good one. So classic setup, great lines, plays that ball forward because she wants to hit it on the upswing.
That one out of bounds as well. It's like, come on, crowd, what are you doing? Get off your hands.
Golf swing, but 58, that means it was a toe ball. Good swing, just did not hit the middle of the face.
.302
I'd
for
take
Alexis.
I'd take it. I could make par from there.
What's your numbers like these days, Art?
Ball speed right, not near Phillis. It's definitely crept down in the low 170s.
See what Monica can do after those 2 excellent balls to start. Archie seemed to get more comfortable every swing.
She is taking it up ball speed wise. That means she's hitting it solid. That ball's running out. So Phillis got the huge roll down the middle of the grid, turning over. You hit the high shot, I don't know if you're going to get 40 or 50 yards. You're going to have to be flatter. But her ball speed, just being a few miles an hour slower than Meti, shows you something. But it also shows you where on the grid you need to hit it.
Plenty of time left for Monica. 20 seconds for her final ball.
So just kind of constant motion here. Just steps up and hits it. A little over the top. Got to be happy with that 349, though.
3 balls better than her best in the quarterfinals. Lieving has set the mark.
So the kind of shot that Alexis needs here is something flat with not a lot of curve. And she's got to get the ball speed above 170, probably in that 73 range. She's coming over the top. She's got the ball speed there, a little over it. Little in the heel. Last shot coming up.
Gonna have to hit 349 or Monica will advance to the finals.
Nope, it's not her day.
That won't do it. Still an impressive effort from Alexis Belton. Really nice stuff in the quarterfinal matchup. Hometown favorite, but Monica was just dialed in the semifinals.
She is in the finals right now. That is awesome. 349, had a great set.
3 monster tee shots for Monica Lieving. Advances to the finals. Who will she face? Find out in just a bit. Monica Lieving, 2-time winner this year, looking for win number 3 and a huge one at that. Monica down with Bobby Bradley.
We gave you the nickname at the beginning of the year, Monica, I'm not leaving Lieving. It doesn't seem like you want to leave yet.
Definitely not.
What a set. That was awesome. How are you feeling right now?
I feel like I figured it out, and I feel like I'm ready.
6 balls away. Regroup. We'll see you here in a minute. Monica Lieving is on to the finals.
Thank you.
And Bobby, she said it. I'm ready. I figured it out. We'll see who she faces off against in the finals.
It's a good message right there, Shane. I'll tell you what, 350 yards on this grid, really long. Look at this golf swing again. Held her balance, stuck her finish, and knew it when she hit it. She can get that flight down. That ball can go another 15, 20 yards.
Thing was launched into the finals. Monica Lieving. Who will she face? We'll find out. Will it be Phillis Meti, who hit 382 in the quarters?
Competing at home is, it's an experience that I've never had before. So it's an honor, it's nerve-wracking, it can be heavy sometimes in terms of pressure, but I've enjoyed having family and friends around at a home game, and I just hope that I can keep making them proud.
Phillis Meti from New Zealand to Atlanta, 2023 World Long Drive Championship presented by Club Champion on a lovely Sunday.
Absolutely, and again, between her and Sandra Carlberg, they've won 10 World Championships, but Anna Drahos, she's not gonna go down lightly. She's gonna take some cuts at it, Shane.
Anna hit 315 in the quarterfinals. Phillis Meti, 382. Longest shot of the year on the women's side.
Phillis Meti.
Meti being introduced, Art, and she's going to hit first again.
She is. It's a great thing to put pressure on her opponent. She wants to set the standard, not chase the standard. I love that in this situation.
So you've got the longest hitter of the year in Meti, and you've got the most consistent in Anna. We'll see which one wins.
It's a whole new set again. And a couple years back, Phillis was recognized the highest honor the Queen can give over there in New Zealand for her athletic achievements, and just what an award that she's won over there. She is a legend over there in New Zealand.
Art, I thought something you said was really interesting in the quarterfinal matchup with Phillis and Devon. You said she might be searching for around the grid for what might happen after that great tee-ball she hit out of the gate.
Yeah, she had a winner, in my opinion, with the 342, and then I think she did go searching. A little flatter ball flight showed her the ball can really chase and go. And again, I think she's going to go to her go-to shot to try to set the mark, which is that high draw. Start it down the right side. Good visualization right there. I mean, she's a pro. Anybody watching that wants to compete out there, just watch this lady work right here. You won't see much change. Slowly into the ball, get set. I love the waggling that relieves tension. The big high finish. She's a machine today. That's a little more curve than she likes, but low spin, that means it's on the toe side. Get a little bounce.
And exactly what we saw in the quarters, Art.
Yep.
A number out of the gate. Something to at least look at. 325 to start.
And the women are looking for more like 2,000 RPM to spin. That was 1,500. That means it's going to drop out of the sky a little bit. That is better. 1,800 almost.
See if she gets that big bounce.
Got the big bounce, but it bounced left, so OB on her second. I love what Bobby asked Phillis after the quarterfinals. Did you think 382 was out there? She even admitted no.
Yeah, because that ball rolled over 50 yards for sure, so. A little too much curve. But again, you see just, she either hits it in the fairway or just barely out left. You got the consistent shot.
These two have faced off a couple times already this season. Meti 2-0 against Anna.
I think it's important for Anna there that Phillis didn't hit it 350, let's say. She can actually make some golf swings and see what she has. See if she can get a bounce.
Trying to get a little energy from the crowd.
Left it a little open. So she's probably over swinging a little bit. Hey, I'm against Phillis. I know I need a big number kind of thing. Got to play your own game right here.
Anna hit one 353 in the semifinals in Colorado earlier this year against Phillis. Not good enough. Phillis hit 370 that day. Right in the middle of the grid. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. 306.
I'll tell you who's kind of watching real close is Miss Lieving over there, saying, I just hit it 349. And again, Phillis is back down. That 82 number, I got to call it a pretty good anomaly right there. I mean, it just was the perfect shot that hit the perfect spot in the grid. So we'll see. I think Phillis wants to send a 350 message, though, for sure. Left it open and to the right. Again, after hooking the other two shots, that's probably what's going to happen as the fix. Don't think she doesn't get nervous either, I promise you. Even though she's a 17-year veteran, she can still get nervous.
Got plenty of time, 40 seconds on the clock, 2 balls left.
Golf shot, and 181 with a little more spin.
That looked a lot like that 382 swing, Art. See what it produces.
This is big. There's that 50 ball. That's what I thought she could get.
348.
So I kind of look at that with Lieving at 348, 349. That's kind of the number I was envisioning today.
Can Anna catch 348, Art?
You need 175 minimum to hit a great spot, and I just don't know if that's in her bag right there. Again, Meti was 181. That's high PGA Tour numbers right there. Main thing is, can I hit it in the middle of the face? Let's see what happens. Got to hit it center. So there's 167, a little on the toe. The club speed's almost there. Got to be about 122, and you got to hit it flush. So swing as hard as you can in case you hit it and hit it in the center.
Now she's trying to dig as deep as she can.
Right, yeah, with a 348 out there, that's a big ask.
And Art, you can see it on her face.
Right.
She's smiling. She knows, got to be one of my best ever to catch Meti. This one's pretty good.
Can 170 beat 181? I don't know. It's kind of like a car situation going down the freeway. Tough. but great set. What a great performance, making the semifinals here at the World Long Drive Championship here at Bobby Jones.
Yeah, the Volkswagen's going to have a hard time catching the Ferrari,
It
no
really
matter
is.
how much you pump the pedal. Phillis, Meti into the finals. Again, 4-time world champion, looking for number 5.
And what I love about this shot right here, it didn't have as much curve as the last one. I love that. And she got the spin up a little bit, almost to 1900.
A lot like that 382 swing arc.
Watch that right shoulders. I'll just keep pounding it. You got to go underneath it. You got to swing up to the sky. She uses that leverage. Very tall lady, and should be a great final.
Well, you want a great final. We got Monica Lieving hit at 349, Phillis Meti 348, and they're headed into the final. The 2 seed and the 4 seed will face off for the title, and Phillis down with Bobby Bradley.
They say this is long drive, that's long drive. Well, the conditions have changed. That 348 is an absolute bomb right now, and I don't know if people know that or not. 1 versus 2, you're right there for number 5. How you feeling?
You know what? I'm just looking forward to teeing up the next ball and hoping that I make great contact.
She has hit the ball longer than anybody all tournament, and I can't wait to watch this final. Phillis Meti versus Monica Lieving for the 2023 World Championship.
Not just the longest this week, the longest of all time, Phillis Meti. A rock star in long drive into the finals. She'll face off with Monica Lieving. Lieving was impressive in the semis. We'll see what the youngster can do to the vet. Finals are set on the women's side. See what happens on the men's side. We'll get the men's semifinals from Bobby Jones when we return. The World Long Drive Championship is brought to you by Club Champion. Better fit, lower scores. Back at Bobby Jones Golf Course 2023 World Long Drive Championship, presented by Club Champion. Excellent Sunday afternoon. That is the grid, and that is the man right now. Kyle Berkshire trying to win title number 3, of course, victorious in 19 and 21. He is world number 1, and it took his final ball, Art, to get into the semifinals.
What a clutch shot. He's lived on the edge this week a lot. You know, he's hit a lot of 5 for 30s in those big sets where you hit 5 sets. So we'll see what happens here.
Berkshire preparing to go. Zach Holton is who he will face off against. Zach's going to be first to go. 413 for Holton in the quarterfinals. Berkshire on that 6-ball, 432.
And again, Holton has been huge this week with accuracy and depth. He's got it down that grid, but he's been close to, he had 2 sets. We're talking 50% in out of 30 shots, so he's definitely hitting it straight. Both of these players have the most movement in the lower half of their body that you'll see, kind of their momentum starter, their extra gear that they have.
These two faced off earlier this year in the quarterfinals in Utah. It was Holton that got the best of Berkshire, 411 to 409 to advance.
And let's remember, Kyle has not won this year on tour. He's been riddled with injuries, and he's found a new doctor that tell me, and he looked good on the range, but again, he has not had a victory this year. But those tour wins don't matter. These belts right here, they're historic. He can really join some elite company right here if he bags number 3 today.
Berkshire has not won. Holton has, and he did it with one of the best sets in finals of World Long Drive history. All 5 balls in play, all over 460 to edge out the defending champion here in Borgmeyer.
And if you're just tuning in, you saw that action right there. That's his little hop step. It was a training move just to kind of get momentum, and he had to stay with it.
Was that thing in the air for a long time,
You
Art?
think?
Jeez. I've been on flights shorter.
So watch that up foot there. It presses, then back down, and then he takes it right back and explodes. Sticks the finish. Primarily trying to hit a little right to left shot. That's been his ball all week. Oh. That's the highest 1700 spin shot I think I've ever seen in my life. I'm trying to know if that that spin number is just amazing. What a carry that was.
393 posted for Holton.
I'll tell you, I want to commend Zack on this right here, Shane, because with that kind of movement, to strike it that solid in the center of the club, that's barely out. That would have been over 400. But again, just to hit it that center punch with that movement is impressive. The timing, the hand-eye, the athleticism is just impressive.
Also impressive that volunteer kind of got low like a good shortstop.
Yeah,
you know?
very, very good. Nice
Gotta
block.
keep those legs low. All right, here we go. World number 1.
Oh, he flushed it. He's looking in that right corner pocket, too. And folks, look at those numbers. 227 on the ball, 154 on the club. So Kyle does it a little bit different. He'll go with that, you know, that back foot up and down against a rocking motion that he kind of refined a few years back. Former Division I collegiate player at the University of North Texas, the mean green there, north of Dallas-Fort Worth. There's that rock. He's just kind of hitting it. I'd love to see him start that ball left center. I looked at his driver on the range. It's 3 degrees.
He let you touch it?
I looked, yeah.
Okay.
It's 3 degrees, and it's set to -1, so it's 2 degrees. So it's sitting a little bit lower than your putter. And try to hit that in the air. See if you can hit a draw.
Try to launch it like he launches it. Incredible.
Right. Love to see him take this down that right hash
Looks
rather
to be
than the
aiming
corner.
a little bit more left. Oh, baby.
230 on the ball. And again, it does widen out. As the grid gets longer, it gets wider. That's going to be out of play left. And again, he did it the first time. First 3 out of play. It's a tough, it's like behind the 8 ball.
Well, Art, you said it about Kyle most of the year. Struggle to find the consistency in terms of finding the grid. It's what we saw in his quarterfinal matchup until that 6th ball.
And I think Holton's got another 20 at least in him if he can square it up. Get some roll. He's been hitting a little bit too high. Flatter shot will work. Look at this hang time.
I'm telling you could take a nap.
I mean, look at this. Carried about 365. You see this action from the side.
Entering today, Holton averaging 376 this week. Berkshire averaging 405 this week.
Oh, 216. And that's too much spin. You see the climb in that tracer at 2,400. If you're straight downwind, that's a great spin. But with a side wind, it's going to hit and kind of die. So he needs to be in that 1,700 range. So look how high he'll take the feet off the ground here, Shane.
Especially the right leg.
Right. I mean, it is up in the air. It's a good 12 inches up. There it is.
So 393, the mark to beat for Berkshire.
We know the number's there. Look at this swing right here. Look how high this right foot comes up, and then he plants it, left shoulder back. But Kyle has to deliver. He has to hit this grid. So what's his go-to shot? Here's where he go-to shot. Quick, and that's the first one left. Man, he had the pushes down the right side. That was fast. He does not need to go 100% Kyle here.
Hit 432 on his 6th ball in the quarterfinal matchup with Justin James when he needed that. Right now, just needs 394. 2 balls left.
And this is where match play versus the other sets comes into play. Does he have a shot that he can get in? And he does.
That might be it.
Oh, you might. 230 in the ball speed. I think he flies him. Bye-bye.
That looks to be enough. 398. And Berkshire.
There's that hill right there. What a great shot. Hit right into that hill.
Well, he moves on to the finals, looking for a 3rd belt.
And happy you didn't have to go to ball 6 for that. Boy, that was a rocket down the middle. Hit right into the face of that hill. We were told by the tournament staff that hill's right at about 380. Watch his swing again right here at real speed. You do not want to be in front of this shot. Boom, and he does.
That might be it.
Oh, you might. 230 in the ball speed.
See the reaction. He knew it.
Yeah, he knew it. If that hits in that slot down that right side, that's where you're going to get another 30, 40 yards. Love this action. Little short of parallel there. He's played a lot of golf. That's the shortest backswing I've ever seen Kyle make. Maybe that was his go-to fairway finder.
You got the fairway finder right around 398 or so.
Yeah, that's a fairway finder.
It's a nice way to play the game if you can do it. Ton of pressure on the shoulders of Kyle Berkshire. World #1 coming into this week, has not won on tour this season. Got a chance at a third belt, and much like the quarterfinals, took it all the way to the end. He's down with Bobby Bradley.
6 more to go. How you feeling?
Just taking it one set at a time. That's how I've been this entire tournament. One set at a time, and just keep putting good swings on it. I mean, I know I hit the first 4 OB, but 3 of them were pretty quality balls. So just trying to keep making good swings and let the chips fall where they may.
Kyle Berkshire is 6 balls away from winning his 3rd World Long Drive World Championship. It's game time, baby.
It sure is. I can't wait. It's going to be a great match.
Well, Art, something about the odd years for Berkshire. I'll tell you this, Art, he hits the grid a lot. And that's been one of the keys to his week. And just when I say that, I'll be right.
So, folks, you're going to notice all the players using that 4-inch tee. They can hit up on that ball, launch it high, spin it low, 221, effortless power. Wonderful shot right here. See if he can hit on the right side of those humps and get a bounce.
Not a lot of reaction after that one from Tait. 392 posted.
A little fast. And you're seeing some big discrepancies in distances from round to round. Again, I know there's a little bit of wind change, but a lot of it, again, is I'm going to just keep going with the ground. Here's his golf swing right here. He lifts that left foot, then replants it. Sneaks that in there.
Now Sean Johnson, 6'7". Big old fella. Collegiate baseball player. That one well right. Johnson 403 to advance out of the quarters.
On the bottom of the club and left. So his technique, again, kind of where he's missing the center of the face is a lot of jumping at the ball to hit it. I mean, straight up almost before the club arrives. So if you watch right here, his vertical, we need a little more lateral to the left side before you go up. So watch his both feet go straight up. Little Air Johnson right here. Up. Ooh, and that spun.
Oh, he likes it.
Send it, got that slot. And here it is down that right side, right in that flat slot. Again, he's 14 miles an hour ball speed, slower than Berkshire, but it went 7 yards further. And again, shows you the grid is the determining factor. 405 right there.
Halfway through this matchup, advantage to Johnson.
He's quick right here.
That one out of bounds.
Plenty of time, got a minute. We're all kind of staring in that right corner, Shane. Oh, and he hit it, turned it over, but only 213. Depends what part of the grid he hits here. Gets a bounce or not.
Not gonna get there. So James Tait, Scotsman, down to his final swing. Tait hit 452 in the quarters, needs at least 405 here.
Nope, 205 on the ball spin. It's a little high in the face. So Shawn Johnson.
Wow.
Kyle Berkshire for your final right here.
World number 1 going to face off against world number 8. Rookie of the year in 2022, Shawn Johnson into the finals. Going to face off against the Maine in Berkshire.
Absolutely going to be a great final right there. Berkshire went 398. Shawn went 405. Should be a heck of a final.
Not seeing the distance we saw in the quarters. Winds changing, conditions changing here at Atlanta. Just got to beat who you're on the tee against. Let's send it down to Bobby Bradley.
How does Kyle Berkshire versus Shawn Johnson for a world championship sound?
Sounds pretty darn good.
You look awesome, man. You've gotten better as this tournament has gone on. Have you made changes? Because I watched you go from like 212 to 215 and running it up to 220. What was your strategy getting to this point right now?
Yeah, early in the tournament, just balls in play, advance through the first rounds, and then let it eat after that and see where I can go.
Hit the reset button. You're going to get a chance at that big old belt right there in a little bit. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shawn Johnson's going to go up against Kyle right now.
Come on.
Well, Art, it's kind of the matchup of the hair. You got Berkshire's long flow. You got Shawn with the flop over the visor and that reaction.
I'm surprised that shaft didn't bust on his back right there. He smoked it.
It'll be the women's championship on the back end of this break. See what Phillis Meti can do. She's been so impressive up to this point. Back at the World Long Drive Championship presented by Club Champion here at Bobby Jones Golf Course. Women's final set, Art, and two of the ones you expected to see.
And we look at these swings right here, and they were evenly matched in the semifinal. Here's Monica Lieving at 176 miles an hour. Great flight, 349 yards. And here's Phillis just with her patented high little baby draw down the center. 181, a little bit faster, but again, 1 yard shorter. It tells you the grid is in play. It's just not a speed contest.
So they advance into the finals 1 yard away from each other. Monica Lieving, excited to be here, two-time winner this year. Phillis Meti, world number 1, four-time world champion, looking for her 5th belt.
And you talk about Lieving, she was watching Meti on TV. Now she's hitting against her.
It's finals time. It's finals time, folks. That means we gotta make some noise. The women's division finals. We have the number 1 and the number 2 seed ready to battle it out for you right now. Please join me in welcoming, first up, Phillis Meti.
Art, what can you say about Phillis that we haven't already said? Holds all the records really in this sport, so competitive, now lives in Atlanta. You talk about a dream scenario for Meti, and she's got to face off with a hungry Monica Lieving, who said after the semifinal match, I think I found it.
I think she did too, because again, seeing that 382 number kind of really put a scare in everybody, but we know the grid is a player here. The grid is the third player. The players and then the grid. You need to hit the right spot, hit that shot. And again, I mean, what can you say about Phillis going for number 5? Sandra Karlberg's won 6. They dominated for those 16 years, winning 10 titles together.
These two women, the longest balls of the year coming in to this event. Phillis Meti, longest tee shot in 2023, 378. Lieving, same event, hit one 375. Of course, Phillis eclipsed that today with that 382 bomb in the quarterfinals. And here we go.
Same routine right here. And love her going first, putting a little heat on the first-time finalist in the World Championship. She left that out right.
All the prep, all the times on the range, all the time in the gym, and you got 5 balls left.
She's teed this one down a little bit. I'm anxious to see if this flattens out a little bit, not goes as high. Still left it open, not shutting the door. Her patented draw, letting that toe release. That tells me there's nerves right there, holding the face. And again, don't care how many titles you have, you've got to relax in the hands. So see if she can maybe put an extra waggle prior to taking it back. See if she got the waggle right here. Watch the right hand, see if it softens up. There it is, there it is. Let the toe go. 3 in a row, just dead blocked, not turning it over. Plenty of speed.
Yeah, and the wind pushing it that direction.
Sure.
Art.
But again, she primarily plays that ball right to left. That just means that right hand is squeezing, the release is late, and what an open door this is for Monica right here to set a number. Just
6 balls versus 3. Monica Lieving in the quarterfinal matchup was quick to that first ball, swung fast. You could see the nerves were in play, seemed to find a lot more comfort in that semifinal matchup.
She says she likes to do that. Just go run after it and hit it. And here you go. I like how fast she is. But get a mark. Definitely fast enough. She's right there in Phyllis's category.
She's got 40 seconds to hit this last ball.
Now
and
she's
take
doing some other things here. I kind of like I go the consistent route.
Okay.
Do the same thing every time. Take the same amount of time every time. So now it's a 3-ball match right here. She just really had a chance to put some pressure on Phyllis. That was a pretty big mistake right there, not coming through with a shot in play. You would expect Phyllis right here on ball 4 and 5, critical shots.
This World Championship comes down to 3 balls versus 3 balls.
Right, she's had a chance to take a lot of deep breaths, visualization. Great setup, head behind the golf ball. See if she can let that thing release. Got to let the club head go. She's just leaving it out. That's 4 in a row right. That's very uncharacteristic. Little guiding action. Just got to let it go. Love to see that club hit her in the back. We're going to get a good look right here. Sticking with the game plan, aiming kind of in that right corner.
She's got 30 seconds left for these final 2 swings.
Yeah, she came over that. That's not the fix right there. Yeah, this is all nerves, I tell you. So World Championship, how many more chances is she going to get?
It's got to find the grid here. Monica Lieving will walk to the belt. Got to put this in play.
And only 9 seconds left. Here she goes. She had to rush this shot a little bit. Left that out. It's not going to stay in. That is a shocker right there. 0 for 6.
World number 1, 0 for 6 in the finals. And for Monica Lieving, find the grid, and you're a world champion.
Yeah, there has to be a minimum that we'll get from the officials that she has to get a mark to win. What a green light right here for her to bag a championship.
What an opportunity to soak in the moment she watched on TV with her dad. Got to find the grid, and she did it. Monica Lieving, a world champion.
That's it, just took one. One and done. Congratulations. What a huge victory right there. Big upset.
3rd win of the year. Lieving adds her name to history.
And they'll never look back at what you hit to win it. 288, doesn't matter. Well, I hit it 350, and she just needed to get one in play. Big pressure, and she hit it straight, and she knew it right when she hit it. She's like, get between those wind sails, I'll take it.
3:19 in the quarterfinals. Got Lieving through, then hit a big one in the semis, 3:49. And for Monica, just needed to find the grid in the finals to claim this title. She's down with Bobby Bradley.
Monica Lieving, you're a world champion. Talk about your journey.
Oh, man. First, I want to say thank you to some people. I want to say thank you to my family that's up there. I'm going to cry.
It's okay. You're allowed to.
I used to watch Word Long Drive on the Golf Channel with my dad, and now he's watching me win. So that's really cool. I want to say thank you to my coach, Bobby Peterson with One Stop Power Shop, and that whole team for being the best in the game. And, you know, I'm just really proud of myself. You know, the reason I'm standing up here is because I worked really hard, and I was always there for myself, and I stayed true to myself. And I just want to be a reminder that if you work hard and you stay true to yourself and who you want to be, you can be up here too.
Monica Lieving is your 2023 world champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Didn't have to hit her best ball, just had to find the grid. A surprise on one side. Meti unable to find the grid with 6 swings. Lieving, the champion, on the back end will hand her her belt. Well, Monica Lieving adding her name to World Long Drive Championship history at Bobby Jones Golf Course. She is our champion, and it's time to give her the belt as we send it down to Bobby Bradley.
We're here with Zane Smith, the man from GF Sports and Entertainment that acquired the IP for World Long Drive. You're going to hand off this belt to Monica Lieving, who is now the women's world champion. Do you have anything to say?
Congratulations, Monica. You're an incredible talent. You've had a great season, and this just absolutely caps it all for you. So thank you to everybody here. Thank you to Bobby Jones Golf Course. Thank you to our sponsors, Club Champion, Bridgestone Golf. This is not possible without any of you guys. So congratulations, Monica.
Awesome competition there for Monica. Think about it. She started watching Phillis Meti. She started watching Sandra Carlberg, and the next thing you know, she faces Phillis, and she is the World Long Drive champion.
Monica Lieving, the champion here in Atlanta. Who will win on the men's side? We'll find out after the break. We are back. Bobby Jones Golf Course 2023 World Long Drive Championship presented by Club Champion. And Art, we're down to 2.
Kyle Berkshire right here with 398. Sean Johnson 405. Don't let the numbers fool you. A guy like Sean Johnson is going to hit first, and he has got to set the tone. He's got to flush his first 3 shots and get a number. Kyle Berkshire, he knows he controls his own destiny.
2 of the top 8 in the world facing off in the finals. Going to be exciting. We send it down to Hannah Ray Asleson.
All right. I know I've come out here a lot, but this is the final one. The final match of the day, folks. It is the Open Division Finals. Let's make some noise. Come on. We got 2 of the best. The battle of the hairs. First up, your competitor, Sean Johnson.
He looks all business, doesn't he, Shane? Had 6-7 on the top of that
He's going
mound
head-to-head
throne.
with your
Be some heat.
2-time world champion, Kyle Berkshire.
Now you talk about a matchup of athletes. Berkshire looking for his 3rd World Long Drive Championship. You said it, Art. Sean Johnson, former collegiate baseball player, pitcher at Ole Miss, drafted by the Cubs, was forced out of baseball because of injury. I mean, these guys know what pressure amounts to in these types of situations.
And they know the grid plays a part here. I mean, again, Kyle went 432 in the quarterfinals, and then he went 398, and he actually hit a better shot on the 398. So we'll see. But he is choosing to go second. Sean's going to take it out first. And again, these first 3 shots to me are critical. He cannot get in a 3-6 match with Kyle. What I mean is if he goes 0 for 3, he can't spot Kyle 3 golf balls.
Art, it's a similar matchup really on both the women's side and the men's side. You think about a young player facing off against living legends of long drive on both sides of it. Monica Lieving having a great season, now world champion. See what Shawn Johnson can do. He was Rookie of the Year last year, facing off against a man that already has 2 belts.
220 out of the gate, turning over. Don't know if it'll hold the grid. We'll have to see, but a great solid shot to start.
That's in the grid.
Yes, that's critical. I love that number.
394, nice start for Johnson.
And that's on the slower side of the grid. He was 220 in the ball speed. That's a little bit on the toe. There's his draw.
Berkshire not really watching, just in his zone right now. Practice swings, preparing for his first 3 balls. This Johnson's last.
Yeah, Kyle competes against Kyle. He's not looking at the other player, doesn't really care what the other player does.
Oh, big one from Shawn. Let's see where this ends up.
He loves it, absolutely loves it. Got on that right side. There's a little bit more roll, got a few more yards.
397, improvement from Johnson.
The wind's really laid down here.
Art, you said something really interesting about Kyle Berkshire. You said it's really up to Kyle Berkshire.
It really is. Kyle against Kyle. And Kyle knows with his speed and what he can do that he has capabilities of bagging it real quick. That's
headed left.
But hit hard. 228 ball speed.
It's going to end up out of bounds left.
He's got all the pressure on him. I mean, everybody knows he's the fastest. Too much draw. Yeah, anything down that left side is just going to kick out. That wind straight across.
Art, this is a guy that holds literally all the records. Just hit a golf ball 10 days ago, 579 yards in Wyoming. Right now, just looking for something in the 400s.
Absolutely. He's hit 2 solid shots. They've just overdrawn. And that one didn't draw, so now he's trying to play ouch. You know, you hook 2, and you're like, I better not turn the toe too much. Then you leave it open.
So Johnson, 2 balls in play, best at 397, 3 balls left. See if he can reach in the bag.
Kyle's had his back against the wall the whole week.
He absolutely
really
has. Not just today, Art.
Oh, no, the whole week. He really has. That round of 16 is where he kind of dialed it in yesterday. But again, now he's down to his final 3. Johnson trying to take it up. I think if he could put a 405 plus number out there, that would really turn Kyle's head. Aiming more right. They're all just overdrawn a little bit.
Well, Shawn Johnson in the driver's seat as of now. 1 ball left in his bid for a World Long Drive Championship belt. Facing off against world number 1. It's been close with all 5. This is close.
But he really hit 6 quality shots. He really did. Got 2 in play. And he's going to, you know, put the pressure on Kyle. Kyle knows what he has to do. Can he deliver?
It was the quarterfinals for Berkshire. Came down to ball number 6. The semifinals came down to ball number 5. He's got three swings left to see if he can pick up a 3rd belt.
So 2 swings were left and 1 was right. Let's see where this one goes right here. Too much hook. Stay in. Right on that hill.
It's going to be close. That might have done it.
Oh my goodness.
398 wins it. Berkshire, the king of long drive once again.
Wow, no measurement. He must be for it absolutely clear. What a win right there. You saw that hill just right into the face of it.
Art, that was the same shot he hit in the semifinals.
Absolutely, to the yard.
Was asked what this would mean, said, I'm not sure I can say it would be the biggest win of my career, but considering the year he has had, what a moment for Berkshire.
He wanted to peak in Atlanta, and he sure did. Did not win this year, had a big, big injury, and we'll look at his swing right here. The championship winning swing, winning his third belt. And again, not very far past parallel, good extension. The grid did not give it up down the middle there for him, but enough by a yard.
Snuck past a couple of tough competitors to get to the finals.
And again,
that's the swing.
230 miles an hour, unbelievable. And hits right in the face of that hill. I can't get my wedge to bite like that. What a great win.
He was screaming at it. He was hoping for it. Berkshire holding the belt once again. Back in Atlanta, 2023 World Long Drive Championship in the books. Kyle Berkshire wins his third belt in impressive fashion, and he is down with Bobby Bradley.
Mr. Berkshire, win number 3. Put you on the monument there with Zubak and Pfister. How does that sound?
Well, for me, I'm all about legacy, and that means more to me than anything. Those are two of the greatest to ever do it. I don't know if I would put myself there just yet. I got some more work to do in my career, but you know, this was a tough year. You deal with self-doubt. When you're not winning, things aren't going your way. Very tough. You know, the first win was awesome. The second one was reaffirming, but I feel like this third one was redemption.
We talked about it a lot. You had your injuries. You made an equipment change on day 2 to a shaft that you couldn't be beat with. Why did you switch to that shaft?
I just had a gut feeling. I didn't like how it fell on day 1. Really actually put myself in a tough spot by going OB right off the rip. Last year, I switched to the LD20 because it was a little more flexible because I was dealing with a hand surgery recovery. But I felt healthy enough to switch back to the LD30 plus. A little firmer, gave me a little more stability, and I think it played a huge part in not going OB in the final 8. So.
Kyle Berkshire, you have just won your 3rd world championship. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Kyle Berkshire. All right, we're here with Zane Smith from GF Sports and Entertainment and Mr. Borgmeyer, the 2022 world champion. Kyle, this belt is yours.
Congrats, buddy. Well done.
You're a great champion.
Well, Art, I love what he said. The 3rd win, redemption. Monica Lieving, World Long Drive champion. 3rd win of the year, takes down a champion. And then, of course, you get Kyle Berkshire, his first win in 2023.
What a wonderful final, again, for her to beat kind of her idol that she grew up watching, but for Kyle to come back after the season he has. It has not been a great year, but the World Championship makes it sweeter, and that 3rd belt, wow.
That the crew. Ryan Reese back, the senior champ as well. What a week from Atlanta. Congrats to the champions.